Hey y'all, and welcome to the Southland Piper. I'm your host Tim. Hope you're doing well today. I have this Weber Meerschaum lined little pipe. I was in the middle of working on it, wasn't making a video on it, and then I ran into an issue that I thought might be worthy of at least a short video. So let's turn around to the workbench and take a look. Well, let's talk about what's going on with this pipe. Like I said, I've already removed the outer stain and everything. But and the meerschaum's in good shape. A little crack right there. And then, getting right up against this is going to be really kind of hard when you go to stain or dye the pipe briar. So I need to do something to try to protect this so I can keep the dye off of it. And what I'm hoping will work is this. It's called Invisible White Mask, liquid frisket. So a frisket is something that just protects an object from another object, basically. So we're going to give this a shot. So let me get set up to do that, and we'll see if it helps. I'm just going to use a pipe cleaner, and they say to wet it, and I have done that. And I'm going to take off my glasses, and hopefully I don't get in the way of the shooting here. And to me, it's pretty much like a latex that we're going to put on there. And may have to put more than one coat, but I got to get it right up against that briar. And I may have to come back and push some of it back with like an X-Acto knife or something, or make it more than one pass on an area. That laid pretty good, but I didn't quite get to the edge. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to put 2 or 3 coats on this. And then we let it dry, and we're supposed to be able to then work it. So I certainly wouldn't put sandpaper on it, but we'll see if it can hold the stain off from getting on the meerschaum. Now, I don't mind if a little bit gets on there, but I don't want it to get covered up with it. I'll let this dry overnight. Let's see, I need to get a little bit more up there. Like I said, where I got it on the briar, once it's kind of almost dry, I'll push it off of the briar with, like I said, an X-Acto or one of my dental picks or something along that line. I must not have gotten it on very thick the first time. There's an area that's already dried, and you can pretty much just see right through it. So I'm not apparently putting it on thick enough. I've had this little bottle for a long time, and I've just never used it. This is what I had in mind of doing when I bought it. I just haven't. Yep, I'm gonna get it up on the briar, like I said, and then I'll nudge it off of there with a X-Acto. That might be all we do for this first coat. All right, we'll let that dry, and we'll take a look at it and make touch-ups as we need. But there we go. It's applied. Now, as far as the stem's concerned, I will. It really doesn't have any real issues. Some light oxidation, but we'll just buff it. I'm going to take the X-Acto knife and see if we can't clean up a little bit of this edge between the briar and the meerschaum. Didn't get a whole lot on there, and this stuff will just kind of lift off a little bit using the blade and kind of scoot it out of the way. I can roll it back with my finger, but I really don't have a lot of control to see how far I'm rolling it back. So I think I'll stick with the X-Acto blade, but it's doing a good job. Some of it I pushed back with an X-Acto blade, and in other places, these are little sanding sticks. You see them used in by manicurists, and so I'm just getting in next to that and cleaning it up that way. It seems to be working okay. It peeled off a little too much right there. But I think we're going to get close enough here in a minute. We'll throw some stain on. I'm going to go over it with this and get everything off, and then come back with a little finer sandpaper. We're close enough that I'm going to try it. I'm going to use this tan on it. But what I'd end up doing was this little sanding stick. We also have just a cut end of it, and it was handy with pushing the frisket, what's it called? A frisket back a little bit. And then let's just put these little sanding nail files and then come in and start a little sanding. Let's see how much protection we're going to get, because I'm not going to be careful. We may end up having to sand some of the meerschaum a little bit to get some of this off, but let's use this tan. I know, I didn't start up around the rim. I'll get there. Like I said, I'm not going to be careful up here. I'm going to let this stuff do what I intended it to do, and we'll just see how well it does that. Okay. Just rub this around a little bit. All right, well, let's put it on the buffer and see how well it stands up to that. I'm not expecting a whole lot, but we'll have to see how it does when the buffing wheel touches it. Now, on rusticated and sandblast pipes, I like to start with this before and after restoration balm. Put it on first, and then I'll come back and hit it with the carnauba wax. So let's go around there, catch all that. I think using both really ends up with a nice looking pipe. I believe we got it coated well enough, and we'll let it sit for about 30 minutes and we'll buff it up. I could stop right there, and I think it looks really good. I think it just gives it a little extra to run carnauba wax on this now. But before I even do that, I've got a buffer pad that is dedicated to when I put this restoration balm on a pipe, and that's the only thing I use on this wheel. So I'll hit the pipe stumble with that wheel first, and then apply some carnauba, and I'll show you how we look. And our little frisket is holding up. This is where it may not hold up, the buffer. The frisket wanted to grab some of the fibers out of the buffer, but it kind of hung in there. So let's see if we get it off. I got a little seepage, but I think I can take a piece of sandpaper and fix that up a little bit. I knew that probably would be an issue, having a little seepage, because it's going to be tough to get 100% seal there. But it sticks pretty well, I'm telling you. Yeah, I have a little cleanup to do. But I tell you what, that's a lot easier than sitting there trying to avoid that. Yeah, a little cleanup to do, but let me take a little sandpaper on the, mainly right there, and see what I can do to get that off. What's this? There we go. I tell you what, that stuff did a pretty good job. So if you got a project that you're doing that you want to protect an area a little bit, this liquid mask, a frisket, is a great little option. And here's the completed pipe. I think it turned out really well. That masking that I used just worked out extremely well. It's very durable, actually. So if you've got some place that you could use something like that, I'd highly recommend. So thank you for sharing your time with me today, and hope to talk to you soon. Bye.